Hey everybody, welcome to our latest vlog. Wanted to share with you today our two most recent evangelistic outreaches. The first one was in Anchorage, Alaska. What a beautiful city. Great people, one of the most scenic places I've ever traveled to. At the end of the service, many people came forward to find Christ. One of those people came up to me at the conclusion of the service to tell me he was from my hometown. Well, of course, I was rather startled about that, to be so far away and to find someone from Wichita Falls, Texas, to me seemed more than coincidence. It had to be destiny. As I found out the story, I realized that the night before he went to a party, some things had got out of hand. He woke up Sunday morning feeling guilty and told some people who he was living with, I've got to get my life together. The only reason that he selected this church, which by the way, I had never preached in this church before, and for that matter, had never traveled to Alaska in my life. But the only reason he selected that church was because it was in walking distance of his apartment. There's no way it could be coincidence. That God would bring two people together from Wichita Falls, visiting the same church on the same morning. It was so exciting. He came back again Sunday evening, tried to bring somebody with him. But it just showed me the providence of God. I believe completely that when that pastor called us and invited us to Anchorage, God had already set it up where this young man would be visiting that church that morning so his life can be changed. And goodness gracious, how it was. From there we went to a suburb of Belfast, Ireland, by the name of Lowder. It was a great opportunity. My mother, my father, my wife, my daughter, my sister, as well as the team traveled with us. We did an 8-day outreach. 15 churches came together, and there it's called a mission. They don't call it a crusade in the States, but the sole purpose, as always, was for us to reach out to people who are in need of Christ. Many nights we had overflow crowds, people standing along the balconies for 2 hours. A couple of nights we had to put people in chairs in the aisle, and even one night the foyer was so filled with people sitting down that there wasn't even room to get in the church. It was so encouraging to see people so hungry for Christ. We had a student rally on the Friday night, and quite unlike any student rally I've ever seen. Had the European feel to it, almost looked like a disco. Had the lights going and the music and the fog machines. But what was important was the end result, which was around 200 young people coming forward to make their commitment to Christ. Matter of fact, I found out, didn't even know it that night because of the influx of people, but found out that my daughter came forward that Friday night herself to recommit her life to the Lord. It was just an incredible week. And really what has meant as much to me as anything is the numerous emails we've gotten since we returned. Yesterday I read about someone who was a staff member who gave themselves to Christ that week. One of the leading pastors had a 19-year-old son who on the final night gave his life to Christ. And there have even been emails of students. One told us that at school no one ever talked about Jesus. And matter of fact, she said that many of the non-believers would make fun of Christians. But she also noted that ever since the mission was over, everybody was talking about Jesus. And the people who used to make fun of those that were believers, she said it doesn't happen anymore. She said because now there's too many Christians to make fun of them. And because the Christians have been showing the non-believers that God truly is the way that they should live their life and turn to Him. So it's just been an incredible 2 weeks of ministry. So many lives have been changed. And we could just tell you countless stories of person after person in both Alaska and Ireland. We had people make decisions. I'm thinking about a man I saw close to 80 years of age. And I'm thinking about young people I saw as young as 10. We just wanted you to know that your prayers are making a difference. Your financial giving to this ministry is making a difference. You may have been in your home state or in your home city, and I know many of you are all over the world, but just know your influence has been felt in Alaska and Ireland and will be felt this next week as we travel to Florida. We are so thankful to God for you. Pray that the Lord continues to open doors and uses us to reach the many people in need of Christ. God bless you. We're thankful for you. Bye-bye.